This is Digivation Network.
Welcome to Digivation Network, Africa's leading ICT, business, lifestyle, and innovation program on television. I am Adaze Okiaine, and I'm standing in for the regular anchor Bayero Agabi. To be a part of this show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/DGVasionNetwork, for exciting videos and reports. And you can follow us on all our social media handles for a weekly quiz and to win prizes.
This is Digivation Network.
Every culture around the world has unique statues that are the nexus of global arts. These famous sculptures or monuments have stories to tell, and this will form part of this package on Top 5s. Also in this edition, we will bring you the debate ranging on social media regulation, looking at all sides of the coin on the issue, plus trending issues and development that made news in business and tech.
Hello, I am Bayero Agabi. Welcome you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact, and new business frontiers. This is Digivation Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us.
All is set for the 2021 Nigerian Computer Society International Conference. The annual conference, aptly termed Innovative Systems for Digital Economy, is scheduled for 3rd to 5th of August 2021 and will hold in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. The president of Nigerian Computer Society, Professor Adesina Shodia, in a virtual press briefing stated that this year's conference is aimed at supporting government's transformation policy towards a digital economy.
Our conferences regularly, we have been tailored them to address national issues. This year's conference, we have made it to support the policy of government towards full transformation to digital economy. And if you have noticed, you will have seen that the theme of this conference is actually innovative system for digital economy. Nigerian Computer Society in the past has taken so many measures and has also supported so many government policies. Not all policies, good policies. You know, and before government came up with the idea of full transformation to digital economy, Nigerian Computer Society has been talking about digital transformation, talking about running our economy, running government using digital technology.
Guest speakers expected at the event include Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, the Executive Vice Chairman, Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Omar Dambatar, the Director General, National Informationtechnology Development Agency, Malam Kashifu Inwa Abdullahi, among others. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/DGVasionNetwork. To scan a document using an iPhone can be a major headache to many people, especially those who are not digital citizens like us. I guess you understand what I mean. Some people maybe, not including you. Anyway, to clear your mind, let's join Folawewo Ayeni on insight on how to scan documents using an iPhone. Fola, over to you.
Last week, I described to you how to scan a document using an Android device. So today, I will be telling you how to scan using your iOS, your iPhone. It's Folawewo Ayeni here again on Digitech Tips. Unfortunately, the Google Drive is not pre-installed on an iOS, unlike an Android. But not to worry, you can use the device notepad for scanning. To begin, you need to open the Note app on your home screen. Next, tap the new Note icon. From the toolbar above the keyboard, tap the plus sign circle icon. From the menu, tap Scan Documents. Use your mobile device camera to scan the document by taking a picture of it. You can also decide whether you want to retake it or keep it by tapping Done. Then, tap Save to have the scan appear on the notes. The document is now part of your scanned documents. In order to share only the document, tap it to open. Next, tap the share icon on the top right of the screen to have a menu appear. From the menu, you can send the scanned documents using your apps, print it out, or create a PDF. It's just that simple to scan using an iPhone. Join me next week on another episode of Digitech Tips. Before I go, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network.
Interesting tip there, learning the many uses of your iPhone. This is still Digivation Network, and I am Adaze Okiaine. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights includes the right of all humans to life, shelter, liberty, free speech, and privacy. However, the debate on the controversial regulation of social media globally has ushered in thought-provoking questions, such as can social media be regulated while keeping our democratic structure and fundamental rights intact? Our special report for the week delves into this key issue as we examine social media regulation in this digital age. Social media are interactive technologies that allow the creation, sharing, or exchange of information, ideas, career interests, and other forms of expression via virtual communities and networks. As users engage with these electronic services, they create highly interactive platforms through which individuals, communities, and organizations can share, co-create, discuss, participate, and modify user-generated content or self-curated content posted online. Some of these popular social media websites over time has been able to create millions of users, and some of the social media platforms with over 100 million registered users include Facebook, TikTok, WeChat, Instagram, Qzone, Weibo, Twitter, Tumblr, Baidu, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Depending on interpretation, other popular platforms that are sometimes referred to as social media services include YouTube, QQ, Quora, Telegram, WhatsApp, Line, Snapchat, Pinterest, Viber, Reddit, Discord, VK, Microsoft Teams, and more. With the growing and widespread use of these platforms to interact, criticisms are beginning to surface in different parts of the world. Observers have noted a wide range of positive and negative impacts of social media use. Social media can help to improve an individual's sense of connectedness with real or online communities and can be an effective communication or marketing tool for corporations, entrepreneurs, non-profit organizations, advocacy groups, political parties, and governments. However, observers have also seen that there has been a rise in social movements using social media as a tool for communicating and organizing in times of political unrest. This has greatly influenced the call for its regulation in different countries in recent times.
Just like every person that belongs to a country is a citizen of that country, so that is how we also have what we call a digital citizenship. The moment you can access the internet and you can go online and you can access the internet, access social media and other websites in the internet, you have become a digital citizen. You have become a citizen of the digital world. And so just like there are rules and regulations, laws guiding the behavior of everyone or every citizen of a country, so there ought to be rules and regulations guiding citizens of the digital world.
The United States government announced on September 20th, 2020, banning TikTok and WeChat from the United States over national security concerns. though a federal court ruling on October 30, 2020 has further blocked implementation of restrictions that would lead to TikTok's shutdown. On June 5, 2021, the Nigerian federal government banned Twitter and presently seeks to further regulate the entire social media space. Other countries have also, in their different climes, tried to regulate social media in one way or the other, and this, according to the United Nations, is worrisome.
We want to emphasize that we have the same rights online as offline. But when we look at the online landscape and you see a digital world that is unwelcoming and frequently unsafe for people trying to exercise their rights, you also see a host of government and company responses that risk making the situation worse. Recent developments in countries, including, for example, among many others, India, Nigeria, the UK, the US, and Vietnam, have spotlighted these issues and will be influential in how our online space evolves. These challenges are not new. Offline speech, too, has posed and continues to pose these problems. What is new is the reach and speed of this digital public square. Discussions on how to address lawful but awful speech online tend to devolve into finger-pointing between states and companies, with political and economic interests often eclipsing public interests.
The big question is, where do we draw the line between freedom of speech and regulation? Can we truly regulate without meddling with the rights of citizens?
Social media has its own advantage and it has its own disadvantage, but some people misuse social media to their own evil acts. So on the basis of this, government can regulate it, because if you have any device or anything that you are using that you don't have the regulation or you don't have law that guide it on it, people can misuse it.
I don't feel it should be regulated. I don't feel it should, because it's a medium to speak out. It's a way to stop what's like communism, because in a way free speech is becoming limited. So we're almost becoming like a communist nation nowadays. So it's a way to stop it.
There's nothing wrong in social media being regulated, but this government we have in place now cannot really be trusted. The question we need to ask is, what's the motive behind it? You understand? Is it that people have been using it wrongly, or they just want to use it to shut the masses up and tell them, okay, don't talk, whatever we do, we just want to do, we don't want people to talk. So it depends on the motive behind it.
World over, this topic is ringing and making concerned bodies and organizations worry. But is there any need to worry? Only time will tell if truly social media can be regulated without infringing on the rights of the people to freely express themselves. Thanks for staying with us. That was our special report which examined the regulation of social media. If you're just joining us, this is Digivation Network. Please check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network, for more reports and informative videos. As the world marks the World Wide Web Day, Africa's first and leading cybersecurity and digital life platform and promoters invite all stakeholders to a summit meant to celebrate the internet and its impact. The conference is a gathering of partners, stakeholders, to discuss the opportunities of internet digital technologies for business and enterprise, plus security. The 2021 World Wide Web Day explores the strategies for safety on the web for individuals, businesses, infrastructure companies, innovators, and policies. August 9th is the day, hosting both virtual and in-person, with COVID-19 protocols well in place. To participate or register at www.digivationnetwork.com. The World Wide Web Day, promoted by the Center for Cybersecurity Awareness and Development in collaboration with Cyber Africa Magazine and Digivation Network. Join us. Up next is Top 5s with Gideon Tobiloba. This week we take you on a journey to discover the top 5 iconic statues in the world. Over to Toby.
I am Gideon Tobiloba. Today we are looking at the top 5 most iconic statues in the world. And standing on my number 5, we are doing 5 to 1. So standing on number 5 is the Thinker in Paris. Among all world famous statues, the Thinker is a bronze sculpture by Augusta Rodin, placed on a stone pedestal. Rodin first conceived the figure as a part of his work, The Gates of Hell, commissioned in 1880. But the first of the familiar monumental bronze castings did not appear until 1904. The work shows a nude male figure of over life-size sitting on a rock with his chin resting on one hand. The statue is surrounded by a sprawling garden and a museum. The Thinker is located in the center of the city, so it's not difficult locating it whenever you choose to go there. So from there we go to Denmark for number 4. And on that number 4 is the Little Mermaid in Denmark. The Little Mermaid in Denmark is a bronze statue by Edvard Eriksson, depicting a mermaid becoming human. The sculpture is displayed on a rock by the waterside at the Langelini Promenade in Copenhagen, Denmark. Based on the 1837 fairy tale of the same name by Danish author Hans Christian Andersen, the small and unimposing statue is a Copenhagen icon and has been a major tourist attraction since its unveiling in 1913. In recent decades, this monument has become a defacement for vandals and political activists. And from there we go to number 3. And on number 3 is the Moai Easter Island in Chile. Moai Easter Island in Chile is a very special monument. Easter Island heads, popularly known as Moai, is another strange yet most famous sculpture in the world. They are monolithic human figures carved by the Rapani people on Easter Island in eastern Polynesia between the years 2050 and 1500. Nearly half are still at Vanuatu, the main Moai quarry, but hundreds were transported from there and set on stone platforms called ahu around the island's perimeter. It has also been maintained that most of these statues have bodies buried inside the ground, which speaks volume of the ancient Easter Island civilization. The most interesting part about these statues is their detailing and how people from that time created monolithic sculptures. A lot of statues with earth jutting out of the land can be found on the island, which looks so fascinating amidst the infinite grasslands. You are still watching the top 5 most iconic statues in the world. Right behind me here is another iconic statue in Lagos State that belongs to the late Chief MKO Abiola. All right, now going to number 2 is the Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Christ the Redeemer is an Art Deco statue of Jesus Christ in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, created by French sculptor Paul Landowski and built by Brazilian engineer Ayrton da Silva Costa in collaboration with French engineer Albert Cocotte. Romanian sculptor Giorgio Leonida fashioned the face constructed between 1922 and 1931. The statue is located at the peak of the 700-meter, that is 2,300 feet, Corcovado Mountain in the Tijuca Forest National Park. A symbol of Christianity across the world, the statue has also become a cultural icon of both Rio de Janeiro and Brazil. And this statue was also voted as one of the 7 wonders of the world. Now this takes us to our number 1 on the list. And standing on number 1 is, of course, the Statue of Liberty, New York. The Statue of Liberty, regarded as one of the most popular sculptures and famous statues around the world, is a colossal neoclassical sculpture on Liberty Island in New York Harbor within New York City in the United States. It was gifted to the United States from the people of France and was designed by French sculptor Frederic Auguste Bovy, and its metal framework was built by Gustave Eiffel, best known for the world-famous Eiffel Tower. Since 1886, the statue has been with the United States, and today it stands as an insignia of liberty and democracy. The statue's copper touch was later replaced with 24-karat gold touch, which is noticeable from a distance. That's the top 5 most iconic statues in the world. Unfortunately, no Nigerian statue made it into the list, even though we have a number of them hanging everywhere in major cities in the country. On this note, I put a curtain on this segment for today. My name remains Gideon Tobiloba. Back to you, Adaze.
Thanks for staying with us. That was a remarkable top 5 segment which featured top 5 iconic statues in the world. Today, our guest of the week is Chinyere Uba Zoko, the president of Institute of Software Practitioners of Nigeria, also called ISPN. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
One of the key functions of ISPN is to promote software technology and research. Can you tell us what ISPN has been doing in the area of research to tackle issues peculiar with our digital reality?
I think it's a great question, and it brings up something that we kind of gloss over. It's impossible for you to put out a technology product without having done research and development. The companies, we tend to look at the companies, you talk about a Paystack, you talk about a Thrive Africa, we talk about these organizations, but the organizations are running software. They're running technology platforms, and they're solving problems. And those problems existed. How are they now solving the problems if they are not already doing research and development? The question is, how does our society, our government, actually perceive those organizations? Ideally, every software company, every technology company that is innovating is in the process of research and development, and that research and development all over the world is supported by government. All R&D, major R&D globally is supported by government actively in different ways. It comes from grants the government gives to a university. The university connects with another organization, a private sector organization, right? You get it's called a triple helix. So you look at a triple helix model and you activate the triple helix model to drive research and development. Or you find that government then supports R&D through tax rebates. So every penny that a software company spends in developing its product, because it's in a continuous state of innovation, it's not like, if you're in the business of bottling water, you develop a process, you bottle the water. What changes for the next 50 years? The shape of the bottle. The water doesn't change. If the water is 100% pure and fit for human consumption, you're not going to make it 110%. So for a lot of the products that are non-digital, their cycle of innovation actually, in terms of the essence, its core, ends much quicker than you find in the software industry. In the technology space, you're constantly innovating. And that process of constant innovation is research and development.
Tell us, what is the future of IT in Africa?
I started my startup 20-something years ago, and then they weren't called startups, they're just called businesses. So when we started then, we set a goal for ourselves. We said we were coming into the environment at the same time that the internet, because the internet emerged across the world at the same time. Some countries were a little bit advanced, but others were just joining it. But suddenly we saw clearly that the internet was going to transform opportunity for Africa. And we decided that we wanted to be players in that space and not consumers. So we built our business around that. And like many other companies that emerged in the 1990s, the mid-1990s, We had global aspirations and we still have. So it's really satisfying to see what's going on now, that Nigerian companies are establishing global footprints. We think that we were the pioneers in that space and maybe we kind of like cleared the road, and that's fantastic because that's what you have to do. I think that the internet was made for Africa. You know, when you think about when we come at it, we come at it from the perspective that the internet is community. It's first and foremost community. And this is at the heart of Africa. You know, we don't have this individualistic type of approach, atomistic type of society. In our society, everyone is connected to each other. In our society, we all achieve success together. You can't be an individual and individually successful while everyone else around you is struggling. We have a society that's really open, that is built around communication, that's built around sharing, that's built around collaboration. That's a cultural heritage of Africa. And now we see the internet able to make that happen on a global scale. It's our domain. We should occupy it.
Thank you for joining us, Chinye Ubazogu, the President of Institute of Software Practitioners of Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
This is Digivation Network.
Thanks for staying with us. On that note, we wrap up the show for this week. To watch a replay of this show, please go to www.youtube.com/Digivation Network to see it and many other reports. You can reach us on our social media platforms displayed on your screen. On behalf of the regular anchor Bayero Agabi, thank you for watching. My name is Adaze Okeaine. Join us again next week. Bye for now.